All right, everyone, here. I'm going to turn down the sound a little bit, the music a little bit, move this a little bit closer. How's it going, everyone? Yeah. So, interesting stream today. We're going to be doing a few things. I just got to check one more thing. Give me a sec. One more sec. I'm going to switch it back to the starting screen. All right, we're good. We're good. Okay, so here before we get into it, I'm just gonna switch over to the screen and show you what we got. Oh, it's a black screen. Okay. How about now? Oh God. Yes. Yay! All right. New screen, guys. Here, I'll just remove my little webcam. Let's turn this way down to appreciate what we got here. So yeah, I've got early access to Arms Against Tyranny. This is the new update. This is the preview, by the way. It's not what you'll be getting. You'll be getting something slightly different. It'll be, if we have some bugs, there are some bugs that have been reported that are going to be fixed by the time we get there. Hopefully, probably won't really notice anything too crazy, but yeah. What did oh yeah, so let's just get that out of the way. I'm going to be answering some of your questions today. We'll address Onion Duck's question first, and then we'll just move on. Yeah, so let's go over what we're going to be doing today. So first off, we've got some questions in the Discord that you guys have asked. I'm going to go through and look at all of those, and we'll just poke around and try to see what we're like, finding answers to those. Then after that, we're going to be doing looking at the MIOs. We'll just do a dive into that. We'll just poke through it, go through. If you guys have questions in chat at this time, I'll answer those. We'll look at how Lend-Lease has changed. Look at the new Special Forces tree. After that, like any of like the support companies that come with it. We'll look at combat with changes, which we'll have some. There's some. If you guys don't know, there's going to be some videos coming out soon. I've got like a lot banked up. We'll look at the consumer goods stuff. I'll explain how that works just for you guys here, and what CIC means. And yeah, I've got. I don't know if I can show. Yeah, maybe. I found 2 secrets so far. I don't know if I want to share them with you guys. Maybe if you're very good, we'll look at it. Out of curiosity, will the old focus of Italy about improving designers? I'm not. We'll take a look at how that works. I actually don't have a direct answer because I haven't looked at Italy, but if they've got an improved designer thing, they probably have an equivalent. Yeah. So I'm gonna just switch over to Discord and pull up the questions that you guys asked. So the first one was from Onion Duck. Let's get this out of the way, bud. He asked how girl get pregnant, and so I did a little bit of research before the stream because honestly I didn't have any idea. And it turns out when a non-Hoi 4 player loves another non-Hoi 4 player, they can get together and ask a stork to give them a baby. So that's what I got on that. It's not really a Hoi 4 question, but yeah, I did my best there. So the next question is from Trotsky Tronic. Can I get infinite IC from the international market by buying low and selling high? Is the market effectively more efficient at converting mills to sieves? So the second part of that question, I don't know if it's more efficient. We'll take a look at what they can buy. I'm just gonna pick a country at random, one of the new ones. So you may notice there are, I don't know if this was released or not. Yeah, maybe someone showed it, but that's a tree. Okay, I'm gonna just open up Sweden. We'll leave Iron Man mode off just so we can poke around with the console. Yeah. Ben and Jerry or I don't know what the second one. Haagen-Dazs? Is that how you spell it? Honestly, I don't know if I've had either. Maybe I've had Haagen-Dazs. I think that's here. I don't think we have Ben and Jerry in Canada. If we do, it's like, I don't know, like not sold at the stores I go to. Some idiot made a mod. If two players did that, they make a tank. That is true, Mean. That is true. Is that how you spell it? I feel that looks so weird. There is like that American brand that sounds like it's Dutch or something, or Danish or whatever. Okay, so to look at the the international market, I'm actually just gonna go forward a little bit, because when you first start the game, there's nothing on the market. Okay, so there's some French trains for sale. So I can add. I'm moving a little bit quick here. Maybe I'll move a little bit slow. I can add it at normal price. I think the AI will just sell it normal for the most time. I haven't really seen like super discounts, but you do have the option to sell at negative 25% and positive 25%. So in theory, if you were looking very diligently at the market, maybe there would be discounts. We'll take a look. Let's just see if we can get some things that look cheap. Yeah, so you can see convoys are on sale. Your access to the market is kind of based on like who you're friends with. So like Germany has like won't have access to Britain's market kind of deal. Yeah. We have it in the Atlantic province. It's way too expensive. Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, it's not common. See, that's what I was thinking, Mr. Gibbs. Like, it does feel like something you would get at like a specialty store. It's kind of like Reese's Pieces cereal. Like, I'm sure you can get it here, but it's just like I don't see it on the shelves. Okay. Yeah, so I'm not really seeing anything that has a discount. So I don't know if you can sell high, buy low, whatever. In terms of producing infinite IC, you can get a lot of IC, and if you sell it, where it'll go is it kind of goes to like a pool, and then it goes to your construction queue, and then it's added to the end of your construction queue, and you get a bonus of up to 25%. So if you're producing, so Sweden's got how many? 11 factories, so you could get the equivalent of like 11 plus or 11 times, 0.25 from that per tick, and that comes out of this pool. If you end up getting more surplus than that 25%, it goes here. It just stacks up here, and then it will withdraw from this at a time when you can pull it out. It's not super OP. You can as like some of the bigger countries, you can sell your equipment and get a bit of a bonus. It's going to be the new meta for sure for like people who play single player. But I think the things that people are going to be selling are, like, for example, Let's take the Soviets. So the Soviets have like, oof, they have a ton of equipment here. Let me just do this. All right. All right. I'm just gonna delete their army just to show you guys something. And their air force. So, as the Soviets, you're probably going to be building better tanks and better planes. So here's what you got. You end up with 2,000 light tanks, and you have 600 fighters. These fighters and the tanks a little bit less, but the fighters themselves, they are worth a ton. So, like, watch. So I'm just going to select all of these. So what I'm doing here is I'm selling, if you can't see. And just to sell your planes, like your base in-game planes, this is the equivalent of like around 6 civs right here. So when you upgrade your planes, you're going to have like these. And the AI will buy them. Maybe the Soviets might not be the best example, just because of they're communist. But like, I don't know, if you're like playing the UK, like the AI will definitely buy your old planes. And, you know, these are free civs that are just sitting there, or free bills if you want, right? It's like, it's a bonus to production, like a substantial one. Yeah, so no one's actually offering to buy them. So maybe I picked a bad example. Shows how much I know. But here, let's do this with the UK. You guys will watch. It happens pretty quickly too. So like, let's say you've made new planes. It's like 1938 or something. You've got old ones that you're not putting into new wings, and if you put them up, they're just gonna get shredded, right? So look, the AI is already trying to sell stuff, but let's add these air wings. Yeah, look how many you got here. Not air wings, airplanes. Boop boop boop. Yeah, look, that's. So like the cost of a civ is around 11,000. It depends on your bonuses, I think. Not I think, but like if we go here, your civ cost is 10,800. So when we see a number like 50,000, that's a lot of bonuses, right? And instantly the Raj wants some CAS, right? And we'll see these little icons come up. And you know, like it's not a lot. Like that's 300 for 11, that, whatever. But it'll add up, right? So you just sit here and approve them. I don't know if there's like a approve all button or anything, but yeah, there's another 1,000. That's like literally this is a third of a civ. Romania wants to buy our crappy fighters. Spain wants to buy a third of a civ for our crap, like to make a new civ. You know what I mean? Like these, like Denmark is foregoing half of a civ in terms of production. Like not like it's going to take them a long time to pay this off, like till 38, right? But yeah. And then you can see here that ticked into there. And then if we go to the construction queue, I think it shows us here, right? It doesn't. It doesn't, but this will get a speed bonus. Yeah, you just seen it there tick for a second. I wish I could pause it. I wish I could pause the bonus thing for a second, just because you do see it up here. Look, that's a lot. See if I can pause it, if I can catch it. All right, there you go. Extra from economic activity. There it is. Is there? Okay, you guys know this. Auto accept, market access. Here it is. Auto accept purchase request. All right, let's see if it works. Boom, perfect. Some countries like low MP, selling countries loads of manpower, no economy. Yeah. I mean, it's really just going to depend on their needs. Guns sell really well. And planes sell really well. Like the AI is like desperate to fill their air wings. And like a lot of countries have like half-filled air wings. So they'll start with like 10 planes or something. Sell early game on historical. So I'm on historical currently. And it looks like they're selling a whole lot of convoys and trains. Yeah. Anything useful for early wars? I mean, yeah, I have seen them sell guns and stuff too, but it doesn't look like they're doing that at the moment. Yeah, so early game, you're probably gonna get a lot of these trains and civs. Yeah. Oh, auto accept. Yeah, perfect. Yeah, maybe this is gonna be like the first thing you should do in any game is open this. So you go handshake, market options, and then auto accept purchase request. Yeah, I know. I mean, I don't know if there's going to be balances or tweaks, or if that's going to be that's going to change. It just really comes down to like AI behavior. So, yeah, I don't know. I know later in the game they do sell a lot of equipment. It's very easy to get guns at a certain point. Yeah. All right. So I think hopefully I've answered that fully. Is there The next question is there a secret leader or path in this DLC? That's from Leon. Yes, there are. There's at least two that I found. I haven't found anything super crazy like the bear, but there are two minor ones. I think maybe we'll save those for like super like the like videos. I might make a video on one because I think it'd do really well. Yeah, the next one is from Neutral Sweden path. Is it more neutral than Switzerland? Double neutrality, neutrality squared. So the question is there a neutrality path? I think I'm gonna have to restart the game, but we'll take a look at Switzerland's defaults. Yeah, being able to buy convoys is gonna be a godsend. Yeah, especially since like Lend-Lease is no longer an option early game. It's not an option until you need 70% world tension. Yeah, so you need 50%. Yeah, so I think it depends on your faction or your ideology, maybe. But there is a requirement. It's at 50% currently. I don't know if they're going to tweak this. But it's like 50% is high. Yeah, so plus 50% because it's democratic. If you're different ideologies, you have different numbers. Yeah, 60% were non-aligned. There you go. Okay, I'm just gonna fix my camera a little bit. All right, so we're looking at the neutral path for Sweden. So this is they come down here, and I think this is their historical path, and then their neutral would be democratic, right? Do they even have a neutral path now? All right, so let's count. We got communist, democratic. This is the council stuff. And then we've got monarchy and then fascism. Do they just not do this tree? This might be it, right? Yeah. I actually don't see, and I'm trying to think now. I don't actually recall like there being like a specific let's be neutral and not do anything tree. So I don't know. I don't actually have an answer for you guys on that one. Yeah, it is a chunky tree. So this part here till this side, so everything right, like not this. So this up in this corner is a shared focus tree that the Nordic countries can do. I don't know why I did my just cutting. It's like cutting off my head. Or my, yeah. So this is a shared focus tree, and so like depending on like if you're playing with your friends or if you have like allied Nordic things, you can come down here and get actual like bonuses for like sometimes the originator and then sometimes for every member. So like this one here would add Nordic custom union to all the countries. So that are in that. So it's kind of a cool little thing. Yes, Sweden can get very powerful to the point where you actually have a thing where it says that you need to get to 40. Is it 40 or 35? You need 40 civs as Sweden just to get rid of this one debuff. Yeah, so you get a lot of factories as Sweden. In fact, I think there was, like, the last time I played, I got to around 1940. I had more civs than the UK. So Sweden gets powerful in this. So they may have slightly buffed it a little bit. So if you want to play as a chunky Sweden, there's options there. So the Antistil asks how the AI will use the international market when you have an opponent on their knees. Will they suddenly sell their soul for 100 guns? I actually don't know how that's gonna work. Sell their soul for 100 guns. They won't sell it to you. So if you have an opponent, they're not gonna ever sell it to you. Like if you're at war, they're just gonna. You have to ask for access. Yeah. Will lack of resources be calculated any different? Anything you've spotted so far they'd be exploited for lack of resources? I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that stuff, any of that stuff being changed. In terms of like resources, Germany and France actually got a debuff. We've seen that from the dev logs. I don't actually know which states have lower stuff, but some of the states actually the numbers are lower. And one thing that I did notice though is Sweden actually has a ton of resources, and I don't know if this is new. But there is stuff that you can actually do as Germany to request this from Sweden, and I think they're likely to give it to you or give you access to it in exchange for like a couple civs. Yeah. Good thing Sweden isn't a multiplayer nation. Yeah, it's like yeah. It's like sort of like the host tool. Yeah. How's the frame doing for everyone? Is it like laggy or bad? I just realized I see that I dropped a few frames earlier in the stream, but I don't for that sorted out. I'll move on to the next question. What features will be implemented into the base game, and what features will be exclusive to the DLC? So any of the changes in terms of like to existing systems, so like Lend-Lease, that's going to be in the base game. But anything that's DLC related, so the special forces, this stuff here, this is exclusive to the DLC. The market is exclusive to the DLC. And then obviously any of the content of the trees are exclusive to the DLC. There are some changes like the resource balance that I just talked about, Lend-Lease, that's going to be there. There's also something you've maybe just noticed, or like I'm just pointing out, but if you look at the bottom right there, that's a different number. So maybe a little teaser for tomorrow's video, but I've gone through and looked at all the numbers and I've done the math already. So there is new advice and new meta for combat width, which I will have for you guys, but I can't tell you guys now because that will spoil tomorrow's video. So, and if you're watching this in the future, just like as a VOD, I have a video on combat width. Do you know if the new template locks are DLC only? I actually haven't tried that. I spent a lot of time going through like the with and without the DLC. I think the new templates are locked because, so I'm not 100% confident on this, but it is based off of unlocking ones yourself. Here, let's look. So if you guys don't know what you're talking about, what Mean's talking about, but when you get to the bottom of one of these division designers, this last slot, this last row is locked out, and you need like what it says here. So you need one of these for essentially each branch of each tree has something that you need to unlock. So mobile warfare doctrine actually requires that you need this one, is it? Yeah, so you need this one, and then the other ones are, I think, here. It doesn't actually say where it is. Oh, here's brigade side, right at the bottom. It does say it. So this one has it. You just need those particular ones in order to unlock the size. Another thing you may have noticed, I don't actually have artillery. You're like, okay, maybe I don't have artillery researched. Nope, that's been moved. So this is now in combat support battalions. And to add an artillery, you now need 25 XP if you don't have it in there already. A bit of a nerf to minor nations. Yeah. And speaking of combat with, like, they're not as many good numbers that you can sort of just like do with. So yeah. Tell me now, bird. Yeah. You'll have to watch tomorrow's video, but I'll let you know 17 is a bad combat with number. How about that? And there are some that are very bad, and you're gonna have to learn some new numbers. How's it going, Aski? I'm sorry if I don't know how to say your name there, bud. How's it going? All right. Continuing on with the questions. Is there a secret Earthro Kenoken meme path for Finland? Hopefully I didn't butcher that too bad, but I don't know. I will type that name into the Finnish focus tree, and we'll see if anything comes up. I haven't seen, and I don't even know who this is. I hope this is not too bad. Realize that this is YouTube. Oh, what do we got here? What's this? Align. Yeah. Oh, you get a political advisor. This is the word that this is the name that I'm trying to say. Very sorry. But yeah, it looks like there is a political advisor. Let's see what that unlocks. So you can do it if you're neutral or if you go social democracy. So, oops, where'd she go? And then we'll do this one. All right, so it looks like you have an advisor. Oh, there you go. So an agrarian nationalist. 10% max factories in state. That's pretty good. And consumer good factories will come back around to that. But it's not negative 10%. This here. This is sort of like it's applied afterwards. So it's applied to the consumption base. So 10% in the early game is going to be about 3 or 4%, and then later in the game it's only going to be like 1 or 2, depending on what kind of economy law you're on. I'll go over it a little bit more when we get to that part of the stream. Okay, you saw in another video about winter logistics. Is there only winter or is there more? I think so far. No, let's take a look. So the Rangers do get climatization, but do these ones? Yeah, so Marines, it looks like Marines get bonuses to jungle and Pioneers. Cold and weather, so cold and hot for Marines. But yeah, I'm not seeing like, I don't think there's like a, you know how there's like sandstorms. I don't think there is one for sandstorms. Finland gets one for cold, but I can imagine in future like releases, updates, and that there might be like you know, monsoon and modifiers or something. I don't know, but yeah, we'll see. How's it going, ESG? Welcome to the stream. Where is your hair? What hair? Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, I cut my. I have shorter hair. If you guys just, yeah, I cut that about a month or two ago. Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Atlas. 25 XP is trouble for artillery. Yeah. So ESG, I'm just going through questions now. If there's a point where you want to hop on just for like a little bit, or if you want to wait till maybe a little bit closer to the end, and I get through all the stuff that I'm planning, it might be a good thing. Depending on what your schedule looks like, if you're super busy later today, we can do it now if you want. But yeah, okay. So the last question that I have on the Discord is, will they update any releasable besides Sammy? So for Finland and Finland, Norway, and Sweden now have a releasable, and so does Russia actually. But of course, I don't think Russia can release them right away. But yeah, you can release the Sami people. I should learn how to say this because this is going to be in a couple videos in the future. But yeah, so they have some territory up in the north here. So this is sort of where the Sami people live, and they have like historical claims to a lot of these regions, these states. Yeah. Be on in 10 minutes. Okay, that sounds good, ESG. Trimmed his feathers. Oh, gray shot. There you go, bud. Trim my feathers. I like that. Yeah, I mean, I suppose I trimmed the beard too. It's like I got it really short. When I cut my hair, I shaved it completely down, like all the way down to like I just really did not like the baby face. So I'm glad it grew back like as quick as it did. Yeah. Anyways, so is there another releasable? So I was wondering that myself. I did see some stuff in the code for Greenland. But yeah, it doesn't actually seem to be an option. I don't know if that's going to be changed at release or if they'd attended to it, but there is a new country code for Greenland. I think maybe it was just something that was probably they wanted to do, but it just didn't get into the update. I don't know. What about the demilitarized zones for the islands? Yeah, so Lend or Lend or however you say this is now demilitarized. Yeah, troops can't enter it. It's you can change this through the folk tree, and this is sort of a conflict point for Sweden and Finland. But yeah, there's also a new sea zone, so I think this is a new island. This is new here, and then I don't know if you guys remember, but the straits in Denmark, this used to not exist. It does exist now. So these crossings are fixed because they used to be really bad. Yeah, and I think the islands are like this is a tile now, and then maybe it's this one that's a tile. So they've changed this a little bit. So they've kind of fixed it. Yeah. Yeah, listening, curious about the patch. Yes. If you guys have any specific questions, this is what we're here doing today. We're just poking around, looking at it. Yeah. Both homes at the end of the war. Yeah, is that this one here? Marnheim. Oh, sorry, this. Yeah, no, they occupied this, didn't they? Yes. Yeah, I mean that would suck for Denmark. Is that tile below Sweden separate? I'm not entirely sure which one you mean, but yeah. Has anyone tested the new army changes in China? It seems like they would be affected the most by these changes. What specifically would they be affected by? Do you mean? Army changes in China. Do you mean like the combat with changes, or like whether or not they can change things? Yeah. Bornholm. Oh yeah. So this island's owned by Denmark. Yeah. I assume that you're gonna run some campaigns. What's the biggest challenge of the game overall? You feel? Biggest challenge? I don't know. Honestly, it feels a little bit like it doesn't feel that different. I think like early game, it's and minors are kind of nerfed a little bit because if you don't have templates already, they're very hard to change and stuff. So it's like adding artillery is kind of an issue because you need a lot more XP now. So that's going to be changed a little bit. The Lend-Lease exploit, we found a workaround for it already. So Lend-Lease exploit's gone, but there's a new exploit coming to you very soon. Read, my man. Okay, I've assumed you run something. What's the biggest change challenge? Yeah. Sorry guys, it's very small, so I'm just kind of like reading it. Change. Biggest change in the game so far. Combat width has changed quite a bit. That's the biggest one. That and the how templates are designed. Yeah. Can you explain in more detail about consumers? Yeah, we'll get around to that, George. Yeah, we can bump that up to actually now. The army XP you need for the divisions. Yeah, that you're right. Yeah. So I'd like to add a little bit higher. It's a little bit higher for a support. But once you have it, it's only 5. So the thing is, like, if you have a template that already has something in it, it's not an issue. Yeah. So you would have to go from 300. Yeah. Yep. That's a name. Yeah, I can't do anything about it. I could turn off alerts, but all right. So as far as next, so we did have a question about the consumer good factor. I'll just bump that ahead just so I do this. So that is it for the questions on the Discord. Okay. So the consumer goods have changed. It's not super crazy, but they've changed the system so that that consumer goods can never reach 0. So your initial economy law is sort of like what applies first. So a civilian economy, you're expected 35 goods. Early MOB is 30, partial 25, war eco 20, total MOB 10. That hasn't changed at all. But what happens is anytime there's a bonus now, with the exception of some countries, Germany has MIFO, and there's a few other. Okay. Hopefully I didn't lose you guys too long there, but it looks like my stream disconnected for a second. Okay. I'll assume it's working. So yeah. So if you guys didn't know before, your combined civilian and military factories, you add that together, and then your economy law is like your base expectation. So if you have 100 civs, or you have 50 civs, 50 mils, your expectation will be 35 civilian factories. And then after that, there are the factors, and this is multiplied afterwards, essentially. So you'll have 30% of that. Well, it's actually the we got here, the Danish industrial capabilities is plus 30%, and then you have negative 9.3 for stability. And this here is applied afterwards. So your factors then come to 117. The way that it works is it's sort of 1 plus it's sort of 1 plus the base of that factor, and then that and then they add them together essentially. And so the math is weird. I'm not doing a perfect job of explaining to it, but because of the factors, you'll have a requirement of 100%. So sometimes you'll get these negative modifiers, and so like it can be like 50% of that, but it'll always be an expectation of something. So like a best case scenario would be negative 50%, or sorry, 50% of your consumer good factors, like your total consumer good factors, and then like total MOB. And then so in that case, it would be like for your 100 factory country, you would have 5 consumer goods. MIFO. Okay, am I back? Yeah. Refresh, guys. All right. Is there any changes to combat with from the 7 beta? Yes. Yes, Moan. Or, Mean. I will have a better explanation for you guys. So just in the video, I haven't like written it down in a good, concise way. I will fix that. So consumer good factors are, yes, exactly. Look, that's perfect. Green Man, it is exactly like recruitable population factor. Yeah. All right. Well, we're going to do, after this, we're going to do MIO Lend-Lease Special Forces. I'm just going to hop on a quick call with ESG. If you're ready, you come with news. All right. I will send you a little ping here. If you guys don't know, ESG is another YouTube content creator. And tomorrow, I hope it's tomorrow, we're going to have a podcast out on essentially these changes. Let me know if you are ready, and I will try to get you guys on. Or you on? Oh. Oh, shoot. Don't switch. All right, give me a second here, bud. Experiencing slight technological difficulties. All right, how's it going, bud? Can you talk again? Not hearing you. Did ESD upload more often? You probably. Try talking again.
Hello.
There you go. Hi. How's it going, bud?
Pretty good. Is there anything you'd like to specifically talk about?
No. Just I'm going through the list myself of the changes. But what's this news you bring us?
So I've spent all morning figuring out how the Nordic League works.
Okay. Yeah.
Let me get you the exact name. The Nordic Council. It's called a few things. Nordic Defense Council. And basically, if you want to pull up Sweden real quick, it all goes through Sweden.
Okay.
So it's actually going to be in the middle. I missed the whole thing. So to get to that, this is all the co-op focus tree.
Yeah.
On the right side. And to get to that first badge, you have to go to the left a little bit, right there. And then to the left just a bit more.
Yeah, there's going to be a significant delay, but yeah.
It is under the bear badge. Do you see that badge that's red?
Yep, the Nordic Defense, yeah.
So you get down to the Nordic Defense Council, then you can go left or right, and this is where it gets super interesting and insane. The replayability of this part of this focus tree is bonkers. So you can go centralized Nordic Army Command to the left, and literally Sweden gets all of the planes, military equipment, and manpower from anyone in the Defense Council.
Like they transfer it over, or it's like doubled or something?
Haven't tested it out yet,
okay.
But hover over it and take a look. If it works how I think it does, you just get all the stuff. You get ships, everything.
Then it says transfers Air Force, transfers fleet. Yeah.
So that's pretty insane for single player builds. However, I was thinking about if you get a Finland co-op, like me and Antisil are about to do.
Okay.
What you do is you just don't have the co-op join the council, and then right above that to the left, you can actually join the Winter War anyway.
Yeah, so I've seen that, yeah.
Sweden will be able to get over there, help out Finland, while Finland stacking bonuses off Mannerheim and their geniuses, because they have an artillery genius as well.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I noticed that,
if you...
Sorry, I was going to say, yeah, I noticed that you actually get bonuses yourself, and if you do this, Finland gets a +8 org, and they get +10% attack, just from doing this focus as Sweden.
So the one above that is a huge debuff, though. It's somewhere in there, but it's like -30% org and defense or something for anyone outside of Sweden. I'm not sure if it's the Nordic Defense Council gives that debuff.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where it is. I know that they have like the ones here, like the land stuff.
So if you go to the right, you don't assess that debuff on the right side of the council, and then you're able to open up the co-op focus tree from that right badge there.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I see it here. Centralized Nordic Command. 30.
So when you get the decentralized, that opens up the co-op focus tree for you right
there. Okay. Cool.
And then that was pretty much it. So Sweden could get a lot of manpower, and it seems like with all these nations, manpower is the limiting factor here.
Yeah, I found that like my playthroughs that manpower is like pretty much the hardest thing to get. And it makes sense with like the smaller countries, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Is there anything else you wanted to talk about, or
40 minutes?
Nice. So I got one question for you. Mean asked this earlier. So maybe I'll throw it to you as well. What's the biggest change in the overall game you feel with the DLC? Because you've had an option to play this as well, right? Like, their opportunity.
Yeah, what I would say for base game players, it's going to be the combat widths, which we've s- we have me and Pigeon have a video coming out tomorrow reviewing
Yeah.
all the changes and the combat widths. But Pigeon found out that I mean, the debuffs are massive now. Like you
Yeah.
have to micro the combat widths 100%.
Uh, maybe not. Yes and no. Definitely for attacking, but there are some like definitely don't use these numbers. Like kind of like it's gonna suck for like players who don't know, like people who don't kind of follow this information. Because like if you pick the wrong number, it's just gonna be you're gonna have a really bad time. Like -20 constant across the board, right? Like that's yeah.
Yeah, that's no bueno.
No, I know. So there's gonna be like every comment will be like shouting out like 2 or 3 numbers on Reddit. I'm gonna save those numbers for tomorrow. You guys are gonna gotta sub to the channel and watch my our videos. Check out ESG. Let me get you a link in the channel.
Then to answer the second part real quick is the 4 people that will purchase the DLC. Pretty much the biggest change is what I just showed you with the Nordic Defense Council, because the replayability, the ability to play with your friends and have like a really good time just went up. Like for this game, I can't remember a DLC that had this level of like multiplayer kind of possibilities.
Yeah, it's really good for like co-op campaigns. Like if you've only got like I mean if you got a couple of friends and you guys like playing together, like yeah, this will be like this is the DLC for you guys, right? Like
I
yeah.
mean, it's so much more fun playing with another person anyways.
Yeah.
So if they start adding this to other areas of the map where you could have
Yeah.
these defense councils, oh
Yeah.
boy.
You know who really needs it? The Commonwealth. Like if the Commonwealth had this would be amazing. Like the
That'd be pretty
UK,
cool.
Canada, yeah, like that. Like I'm just thinking about it now. It's like this is the way to go. I hope they make more shared focuses in the future.
It's a very interesting part of the map too, because
Mhm.
Finland has to go to war against USSR no matter what. Norway and Denmark are going to get invaded no matter what.
Yep.
So like it's a very like you can change world history fairly easily, but it's hard to do solo, but
Yeah.
it would be a lot easier to do co-op.
Yeah, definitely. And like with those shared bonuses and that, like it gives you like an incentive to work together. You know. So have you tested like once it's unlocked, can other countries in the union do some of these focuses? Or does it always have to be the leader?
I'm gonna find out. I
Okay.
suspect that once Sweden, or who I don't know who's
Yeah.
gonna play Sweden yet, but whoever unlocks that first focus then opens it up to the rest. I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
Maybe
Cool.
maybe tag to Finland. I'm looking at it now, and let's see if they have that. They have the exact same right side, so
Yeah. So I mean, it looks the exact same for all the countries. I haven't had the opportunity to play with 2 people, so it's yeah.
this says is faction leader. So whoever
So
is
the first
faction
one is the
leader-
faction leader, yeah. But then afterwards, is part of the Nordic Council. That one is faction leader, but this one isn't. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's like once you maybe unlock a few of them, you can then let the other ones do it. Because it's
I
like
believe so.
yeah, that's what it's looking like. So I don't know if it's confirmed. So it's essentially like once you get past like the first bit, then people can do the rest. So yeah, there's gonna be some meme meta strategies. How's it going, Trotsky?
It looks to me like it says you just have to be in the council.
Yeah,
if you
for some of them.
over all the rest of them.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm gonna prepare for the live stream here. But thanks for having me on, and I'll let you continue. All your good work here.
Yeah, thanks for stopping by.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
All right, stream, chat, however you guys want to be called. We'll continue on. If you guys missed it earlier, I started with the questions. With YouTube, it's not like Twitch, so you guys can actually go back and watch those questions answered. If you guys scroll back to essentially the beginning of the stream, you can check that out. I know that Trotsky, you probably weren't here earlier, but yeah. All right, we're gonna move on to MIOs. So this is a fun one. So we haven't actually seen this, but if you get the DLC, you'll notice these are different. Da, 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 da. So before you would have just you would be able to pick one of them. So like for your aircraft designer company, you'd be able to pick like the light or the CAS. With the new system, it looks like you can actually do multiple. So for Finland, you only have that one, but let's take the Sweden, or for essentially for your majors. Maybe I need to unlock more things. Here's a better example. You do get more guys. I wonder how this actually works. So let's do some research on Click. I'm confidently telling you guys stuff. Let's see if it's based off of research. Oh, you may notice there are a few new modules. Maybe we can talk about them in a sec. Does this unlock it? No. So I swear some countries have okay. Weight exceeds thrust. Let's do that. All right, I just want to see if that unlocks. It doesn't. Okay. Does Germany have other plane designers? Yeah, okay, so Germany has a bunch of them. I'm not entirely sure what unlocks the other designers. Maybe some countries are limited, like this, but in your majors, you have 5 of them. And you're not exclusively... I want to be called big players. You're not exclusively locked to the one. So like if you go here, and you add Messerschmitt to these guys here, and you add Junkers to the CAS, so I've got 2 designers actively working right now. And if we look into them as the details, they all have their own set of bonuses. So the way that it works is as you produce stuff, as you research stuff with the design company, you'll get trait points. You get quite a bit. So like with one factory, it's only 0.22, but if you have 100 factories on these, you can get like a lot of funds very quickly. I think it's limited up to 100 per day. Don't quote me on that number, but yeah. So after you hit 800, you'll get a trait point. One of these points will allow you to unlock these. So like you have efficiency gain here, max agility and max speed, agility and speed. Yeah, so like 10% agility right there off your first 2 traits. It's gonna make yourself a good fighter. You can get range, naval attack, and then essentially as you unlock these, you get more bonuses, and you can apply these to your designs. And the good thing is, like, if you're doing like the Messerschmitt one, you can still get the Junkers. So I'll show you here. I'm just gonna go forward just to show you some of the production. Focuses mostly. Yeah, MIOs, they can get complicated, but like complicated doesn't mean bad, right? So you can see here, funding is we got 3 of 800, and then if I go here, 4 of 800. So like you're not limited now to just one design company. They do get more expensive as you unlock them. I think that's 800 per. So the first one's 800, then 16, then 24, 32. Each time it goes up. So like by the time you get to the bottom of these, it does get pretty expensive. So you're kind of limited to choice. Yeah, and like I said, there is one for almost everything. So like any type of equipment, all of your tanks, all of your like artillery, anti-air and anti-tank and rocket artillery are all combined into one. Some of them are pretty sweet bonuses, like, you know, 10% attack, breakthrough as well. You can also get like I don't know where if there's here, but there's production efficiency is a good one. Some of them are growth. Yeah, so this one's efficiency gain. Gain's not the better of the two, I think, personally. I mean, early on getting more gains pretty great, but yeah. Like I said, like you can make some really crazy fighters. So let's see here. I think the guns sometimes have efficiency. So efficiency gain, and then production cost. Yeah, so you have like bonuses from essentially all of the different ones. You also have these policies, which is cool. So once you've unlocked 5 of them, you can get like different bonuses. Resource need. This was a question that someone had in Discord. So I actually didn't know that this was one of the policies, but it looks like you can get this on all MIO equipments. And then reliability. There is one. Yeah, this here, the research bonus. So I kind of wish this one was a little bit earlier, but each time you use the MIO to research something, you get a bonus. So if I go, let's say here, turn off the cheats. Let's say we want to research this. So you have 2 options. You can research it regularly, like without, or you can research it with. And you can get a pretty decent bonus. And it looks like that bonus can go a little bit better. So it's like 10% now, but it could be up to 30%, which would be amazing. You're gonna need a day 1 tutorial too. Yeah, I'll have maybe this one. Yeah, I'll have MIOs out. The Hearts of Iron 4 the Hearts of Iron 4 YouTube channel actually has some good tutorials on the new mechanics. So if I make one, it's going to be probably a little bit shorter and more for tips on it. And maybe I can point you guys towards those ones. Yeah. Do you have 2 set policies for each MIO? Or is there just one policy system for all? Policy system? I think you have to set everything for each, right? So, policies. Oh, that's a good question. I wonder if there's a way to unlock them. I actually don't know what the Okay, so I gotta figure out how to do the MIO stuff. MIO add funds. Let's try that. Oh, here. Well, how about we just add size? There we go. Okay, so let's find out. So fund gains. So I'm adding it to Messerschmitt. Okay, and then so they are different for each. Ruthless contracts. So funds gained for 10% there, 10% there, but I pick both 10, but then I pick a third one, no 10%. So it looks like the policies are individual for each. They cost 25. Oh, wow. I don't know if you get all of these. I think. Yeah. Okay. Well, efficiency cap, that's amazing. Oh, wind tunnel pioneers. Yeah. Like the fact that you can stack so much agility now, like, oh. It's amazing. Yeah, that's a good question though, Mean. It looks like the policies are set per thing. So, you know, you're probably not going to be setting it for too many of them unless you've got a lot of political power. Another thing with this update and this DLC is I find that there's a lot more choice for your political power spends. So early in the game, if you're clicking all these things and like adding the 10 per day per line, or per research, you can kind of get to the point where you're using up all your political power. Germany has a lot, but some of the miners like Denmark doesn't. So yeah, unlocking those fast would be vital. Yeah. So I think it might be more like complementing a build. So like, let's say you do an air build, like you could stack as much into the air and get super good fighters and just like annihilate everything, or get super good tanks. You may not want it for everything just because like it's expensive. But yeah, 25 PP is cheap if you got political power. I don't know how much you've been playing, but it feels like like I've gone through playthroughs where I just haven't had enough political power to unlock my like economy law, and it's just like I've wanted to spend on things on other thing, and like it'd be like 1942 before I'm like getting off civilian economy. It's like, yeah. What was the question? Yeah, the policies, are they set per MIO? They are not, or so they are per MIO. Sorry guys, I'm just gonna grab some water here in a second, but yeah, the bonuses are like from the policies set from 1. I'll be right back. Just give me a sec. Oh. Oh my god. All right. Sorry, I just needed some water there. My voice is kind of giving out a little bit. Perfect time for it. Yeah, so like I'll have some like tips for you guys later, like once things come out. Probably pretty short after the update for the MIO system. I'm nearly, yeah, I'm positive that the Hearts of Iron 4 channel has stuff. Let me look this up for you guys. So there's a short on it. All right. See if I can do this without playing stuff.
We've been doing this for like a month.
Yeah, here we go. Literally came out today. So copy link address. All right, so that is the MIO tutorial. It's essentially going to be like the Hoi 4 tutorials on the new mechanics are about as good as I would do it. So I figured they probably don't need to be covered. I'll do sort of like a little additions or something, or sort of maybe like a tips or something for it. Yeah, it's not really expensive. I mean, we're debating like if it's, yeah. You just you'll play it yourself. You'll see how it goes. Like if you know, it doesn't feel like that's much of an investment. Like yeah, I don't know. Late game, obviously you got more options to spend stuff, but yeah, it's definitely not expensive for Germany. It's expensive for like Denmark. And you're like, oh, what am I spending my political power on? Like, yeah. Yeah, like I think that plus 0.1 kind of adds up a lot. BP advisors kind of work, yeah. They've always been worth it, but they're like more worth it now. Yeah, because you need political power a lot more. It means something. Yeah, you're not starved for choice. You have so much now. Yeah, like if anything, there's too much choice. But maybe I shouldn't complain. All right, any more questions about MIOs? If I didn't explain that too well, check out the video on the Hoi 4 YouTube channel. They'll go through like everything. Yeah. It's expansive if you use those. Yes. Yeah. See, exactly. You're getting it. Okay, so Lend-Lease for fascists, and depending if you have limited exports or not. That seriously? Hold on, what? Wow, okay, so I didn't know this, but it looks like if you're depending on the economic law you're on, it'll cost more. You need more world tension. So if you're unlimited, you can't actually. That's interesting. Okay, so fascist is 50%. Let's take to a neutral country. Looking forward to the video on combat with. Yes, tomorrow. Yeah, ESG has the right time. It's it's 6 Swedish time, 6 p.m. Swedish time, or 1800 Swedish time. So 9 aligned to 60. Fascist is 50. I mean, the brown ideology. Democratic is 50 as well. And red is 50 as well. It looks like limited has this. I wonder if I can do. So I need to be at war. Oh, you need to be at war and have war eco? Has that? I don't know how new that is. I don't know if that's the. Eh? Oh, war sport. I'm just gonna go to total mob. I'm gonna go on closed economy. So you have to be at war to have closed economy. So you can send Lend-Lease anyways. Here, actually, can I just maybe do this in the war? All right, war's over. I'm still on closed economy. Okay. There's no... I don't know why I'm allowed to do that. I don't know, maybe that's a bug? Oh, I'm on Yes Man. Oh, I'm so dumb. I'm so dumb. Did I? No, I didn't type Yes Man. Okay. Give me a sec, guys. All right. Okay, so you need 90. There we go. Okay, I needed to know what was going on there. So 20% for limited and plus 40 for closed economy. That's interesting. You can't get to closed economy unless you're at war. So I don't know. Maybe there, if you have like a starting country with it, Poland or something. Maybe there's something like that. But yeah, interesting. The Lend-Leases are a lot higher. Is buying equipment over land possible to port? Yes. So let's take to France because they've got land. All right, so buying from the UK, there's obviously convoy expectations. Let me take to Switzerland. Well, let's do Belgium because just in case there's some sort of neutrality crap or stuff. Sell equipment. All right, so Belgium's over land. Take back to France. There's the Belgian trains. And then you can see here, it doesn't show it. Where does it show it? Yeah, okay, so here's the icon. So you can see here the little convoy icon on the British ones. And then Germany doesn't have any, Norway doesn't have any, and Belgium doesn't have any. And then there's a little icon for America. So like trade, stuff that comes over land doesn't need it. And also, I don't know if you guys noticed this when I was clicking through, but there's new routes. So it shows you how you can get to Sweden. So it goes through Germany. Thinking Ethiopia will be cake if you can buy guns. Yeah. If you can buy guns. Let's find out. So you don't have a whole lot of civs, but let's say buy equipment. Before you can buy, you need to request a market access from a country. Negotiate market access. Cannot get to a United Nations League resolution that prevents arms trade with Ethiopia until the end of hostilities. So they thought of that. And it's not going to be easy. That sucks. I wonder if they're going to keep expanding the League of Nations stuff. Because, yeah. That kind of sucks. You can't even sell guns to Ethiopia. Ethiopia can't buy it. They're like, no, this must be a very difficult campaign. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm gonna go forward and see what happens in Spain. Like, is it gonna be easier or harder for Spain? So, yeah, they anticipated my cheese. Balance of Power, Secret League. Yeah, it might be. It might be. Yeah, oh, look at this. Like, I've been playing all the Nordic countries, and I'm looking at like 250,000 manpower and be like, oh my god, so much manpower. Hopefully I didn't lose you guys there for too long. All right. I don't know. It's the stream's not doing super good today. Yeah, so we're just waiting for the Civil War. If you guys are coming back here, yeah, Alt F4 works better. You know what's up. Do. If you guys haven't noticed, some of the smaller VPs, like sort of the middle range ones, are visible a little bit further out. They're not new victory points, but they're just you can actually just see them now. You can buy convoys, but you cannot buy like destroyers. You cannot buy naval ships and things like that. All right, we are taking over to Spain. All right, as the nationalists in the national market. So yeah, you can buy stuff. I also noticed that you have access to a bunch of these countries. So you have access. So you have access for France. I wonder if there's. Oh, wait, hold on. Let's look at the Diplo screen. Yeah, you have access from a lot of countries. Interesting. You probably have to request these. The AI might have done it. But yeah, like you can get Yugoslavia, Finland, Turkey. It's quite a few there. It's a BO2. What's the take for the national or the Republicans? Yeah, dude 01. Oh, I'm doing dude 01. Yeah, and that's weird. The Republicans have less market access. But I think they can get it. Yeah, they can get it from democratic countries. So yeah, like you would have options for it. Guns don't go on the market too early because countries try to fill out their own stuff first before they put on the market. Yeah. World tension's too low. Oh, you know what? Maybe I messed it up. Oh, so there are new VPs for some countries. I think Finland's one of them. I'm just gonna reload because I annexed Germany there. I just want to see how that works, but we'll swing back to Spain after we talk about special forces. But yeah, did they modify the U.S. tree for this international focus? Most likely cause history. Yeah, cash and carry. Yeah, we'll take a look at the focus trees. Some of them do have bonuses for it. Okay, so I'm not as familiar with Sweden, or Finland, but I do think that they do have more victory points. So I could be wrong, but it does feel like they do have more. Maybe you guys who play Finland more often are familiar. What was the the old set where Sala and there were like 2,000 people there? Yeah, I don't think Sala actually has any VPs, does it? Oh, it does. It has one. It might be just like sort of like it's the historical region they want or something. But yeah, I'm gonna look over at the US, take a look at their focus tree. So historical path, limited intervention, Lend-Lease Act. Ooh, so you can get a Lend-Lease. You can just do it. Do you still start with possible mill access? Let's find out. What? What do you mean? What is this? Why is this a thing? That's a positive. Why is that positive? Is this a bug mean? That should be negative, shouldn't it? Okay, so is this new or is this an old one? I think this might be an obligation to report this, because it says the Soviet Union has strategic reasons to be hostile to Finland. You made a video. Okay. All right. Here's the thing, chat. I'm not personally gonna to show anyone this, but if someone is watching this video, or if someone else reports it, it's on you. Okay? They don't take it away, even if you flip to fascist. Wow. Yeah. Okay. I mean, technically, it's not a bug with the DLC, so I guess it's a known bug. If I report it again, maybe I'm just like sort of harassing them or something. I don't know. There's an excuse in there. That's on you guys if you want to do something for it, but yeah, maybe they fix it pre-release. I don't know. But yeah, okay. Looking at the tree, you can do Lend-Lease Act, which gives you negative 100%. So the US is able to it's kind of like a cash and carry system. Like you still do that. Yeah, they don't really have an extra system for the new market though. Yeah, so you actually, if you go neutrality, you cannot have market access. I wonder if it cancels it. Hold on, I'm just gonna. All right, hold on. Let's go. We're gonna tag to the US, and then check who we've got market access with. A bunch of people. Do focus autocomplete. I'm just gonna do neutrality act real quick. Just a little bit of a neutrality act, a super duper quick. So that's what this would be, and then you do this, and then it just means new. Maybe you keep the market access. You currently have market access. No one's selling anything. Yeah. You don't have any equipment. Yeah, so I can still sell stuff. Or what do I got? So we got some trains. Yeah, that's guarantees. It says set the rules. Access can access military international market. Can access international market. So like I don't think I can do it to new countries. Yeah, so I like that, but if you already have access, you can, so it doesn't cancel the access, you know? About the Mafia, does nothing except, so I think some of the some of the focuses do change based on what you have. So like the cooperate with Mafia stuff. Yeah, so it removes Mafia on the rise. You get intel, blah, 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 blah. So like if you have certain things, and it also adds things like that. So it's like Mafia abroad. So if there's like some sort of event before this that does this, you know, they would get that or whatever. I guess maybe it's just for the event. There's some RP stuff or roleplay. Is there a way to change the regime for Finland? For sure. Yeah. Oops. Yeah. Like, so you go communist, social democracy, Nordic stuff, national unity. Yeah, you have a full tree, I mean, for Finland. You can definitely get off this regime. Mafia abroad it is. Yeah, I wonder if there's something that it, like beforehand, if you have it, triggers that. Maybe it's just like it sends the news event. I don't know. You'd have to look at the code to see what goes with it. Sometimes it's like based on like what you've done previously. Like there will be focuses in a lot of the new trees where if you take like certain paths, like if you, it's like remove isolated economy law or something, right? It's like it's just gonna do nothing at that point if you've already removed that law. All right. So I'm just gonna take a quick break here. Actually, I don't have a screen for that. Anything new with yes, boys. Iceland probably is one of my favorite countries with the new DLC. Yeah. There's a couple really good paths. If you go this way, not our king, you come down, there's two paths here with this stuff here is really fun. You'll probably see some videos on this, like YouTubers doing it. And I think there's an achievement around it. So it's like the stuff with the British stuff. And then there's this one here, the Viking Spirit. I think Hatless Spider is going to have a video on the Viking Spirit. These improve the Viking Spirit decisions. They add up to a lot. Like probably like Iceland is like the best minor country to play for. Yeah. Oh yeah. I don't know if this is new or spoilers or whatever, but yeah, there is a tree. Surprise. I don't know if they told you guys, but yeah, Iceland's fun to play. Yeah, particularly like this stuff here is good. You can make small units because you don't have a whole lot of manpower, but you can get like, there is ways to get a little bit of manpower. Like we're talking like 40,000, but that might be enough for a few good divisions. And then those few good divisions are like, they're just amazing. You get like the best bonuses in the game. Does this focus appear only when yeah, so I played through it. I'll explain a little bit. If you do this one and you're on historical AI, Denmark declares war on you. Or they might have an option. Like I've had it only so that they've declared on it. So if you got to time it a little bit, or just wait for Germany to do its thing. Yeah, I found that like you can get a couple units out and they actually don't bother you. Yeah, so Greenland isn't. I tried to see if we can release it or something. It technically is a country, like in the code. There's a country for it, but there's no content, or it's not releasable as a country. There's no focus tree yet. So this is like not the release version. So they may release something later. I don't know, but it's the current version that I have is not playable. So, all right, guys, I'm just gonna be right back. I have to do some stuff here. Got to feed my kitty, and yeah, I will be right back. There's like a little ad button. I'm gonna try to hit you guys with an ad so you guys don't get it later. All right, there we go. Yeah, DLC exactly. Feed us, feed the kitty. Yes. So there was a question: does Yen Mayen exist? It does. Welcome, Vindex. It's not anti-capitalist propaganda. It's break for the crown. Yes. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, Denmark or like Greenland has even less manpower than Iceland, so I don't know. Like, if they do release content for it, it's like it's gonna be, you know, like not gonna be much to it. Okay. Maybe you'll get a default focus tree. I don't know. You never know. Yeah, it's been a really bad day for my voice. I'm like, my throat is very sore. It's like, oh no, I want to stream today. Okay, so we've covered Lend-Lease, MIOs. We've done consumer goods briefly. Yeah, let's look at special forces. And after that, we'll do... I've showed the artillery stuff. We'll look at the new support companies while we're doing this. And yeah. I think that's it. Unless you guys have more questions, I think that'll wrap it up. So yeah. So yeah, as Iceland, you start as a Dominion. You are part of things. How many joint focus trees? So the Nordic ones have the joint focus tree. So these 4 have the one. I haven't seen another joint focus tree. I was saying that the Commonwealth should have one. I think it'd be a good idea to give the Commonwealth one, but I'm pretty sure it's only the Nordic countries that have the joint focus tree. So this is it here, like at this one here, and then so like depending on your faction members, you can unlock these together. The leader has to unlock a few at the beginning, so it's like this one and this one has to be done by the leader, and then afterwards it looks like it's any member. I haven't actually got to play this much because I just haven't played with other people, so I've only been playing it alone. But yeah, it's kind of a thing where if like you got a couple friends together, it's gonna be quite fun. Yeah, I hope they add more in the future. It does seem like a really neat concept, and I also hope, another thing is I hope the community likes it. Like I hope the community is positive about it, because if people like complain about it and think that like, oh, there's no use to it, like the developers won't make new ones. But yeah, can you do something cheesy with Estonia, like vice versa? I don't know about in Estonia. I know that Finland has a bunch of stuff for. Yeah, so like I don't think the Estonian tree has changed much, but you can kind of do what you could do previously with no step back. But of course there is a Finnish tree, and Estonia there's definitely options to either go to war with them or like propose a union, like propose for justification down this one, and then what's this one? Yeah, so like you can go social democratic, you can go communist, or you can go down national unity, which I think is the brown one. And so, you know, you'll get the option. I don't know how likely the AI is to accept this, but yeah, you do have some stuff with, you know, like ambitions in the south, right? Like you get cores and stuff on them. Yeah. Can you do something cheesy? Yeah. So I don't know how cheesy you would consider that, but like you can definitely snipe these the Baltics as Finland, and I also tried it as Sweden. Sweden gets some war goals down a couple of the paths, so you can actually just hop across and grab these way before anyone else, like in your single player games, right? Like, yeah. I don't want to spoil too much. Like, I don't want to like nitpick through every part of the focus trees. Like I don't really want to show all of it. Yeah. Okay, let's take a look at the special forces. Okay, so the way this works is before you had to research it in the tab, you still have to research to unlock them. So right now Finland has none of them unlocked, but let's assume, let's say for a minute I researched them, boop boop boop. I now have the option to unlock each one of these doctrines. Right, so I've researched this. Mountaineers use army, the Marines use your navy, and paratroopers use your air force XP. So air XP, naval XP, army XP. Yes, Jan Mayen is in new. Yeah, it is there. It's a new island up here. It has 10 people. And I checked, it's not a releasable at the moment, so maybe if someone makes a mod for it, you can do it, but yeah. Can Denmark get some claims? Okay, I'll check Denmark very quickly and we'll take back and go to the special forces. Claims. So how do we filter this one? Territorial expansion. 8. So OBS keeps going out. I'm just gonna wait a second here, guys. All right, hopefully everyone's back. Apologies. My OBS for some reason is just kicking out. I don't know if it's a YouTube thing or whatever, but yeah, you get reintegrate Iceland. You can offer protection. It looks like there's some sort of decisions behind that. Maybe you can get them as a puppet. I'm not too sure. You have to try this. You can secure their steel, which gives you a war goal annex. You can go against Germany, against the Baltics and Poland, it looks like, and then of course England. So, yeah. So yeah, Denmark gets some stuff there. All right. I'm gonna go back to Finland and talk about this. So for the special forces, obviously, if you scroll down to the bottom, this is where they're going to be. You need the DLC to get these. So if you don't have the DLC, it's it's going to be like the old version. If you'll notice in the research tab when I scroll down here, there used to be options further down. You don't have those options anymore if you have the DLC. If you don't have the DLC, you have like the old stuff. So like let's say you want to unlock Marines. You'll need naval XP for this. So, you know, you start with, oh, I have research on click, don't I? So it'll cost you 100 XP for this. You get various bonuses like your global stats. You'll get invasion capacity right off the bat, which is great. And then Marines contribution. You can kind of stack a lot of Marines. You know, and then obviously all sports soft attack gets the things. Like, it's kind of worth doing. There's some really cool things you can do in the future with these. So depending on what you want to do, like for pioneers would be good for your Marines for like amphibious invasions. I guess maybe the jungle. I don't know. It depends on what you want to build. But you come down and then let's say we unlock all of these. There are commandos and a couple really cool things here. So one of these enables the ability to exfiltrate from any coastal provinces. Isn't like that's kind of cool, right? Like I always wondered if this sniper event worked in Finland. It's like a mini game with the Civil War. Yeah. There is a couple like newspaper events I've noticed with like with regards to Finland. I won't spoil them, maybe, but yeah. Man, for modding, new modifiers are great. Yeah. Don't like how they implemented them. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see like how things turn out. Is there anything specific that you don't like how that was implemented, Flo? But yeah, what's best special forces, you think? I really like what they did to Marines. I think that this will add like a new element to multiplayer games. Depending on how like the big mods choose to pick the special forces, maybe they just remove them, or I don't know. But having this ability here that I was talking about, the Marine Commandos, you're able to land on a coastal province, and then if things are too spicy or whatever, and you don't have a port, you can just yeet off that port or off that tile without a port. Yeah. So I think that's really cool. You know, you get more breakthrough here, blah blah blah, and then you know some bonuses here. You can actually get amphibious production cost negative 15% for the Amtracs. That's pretty good. And then if you go the other side, let's say you're not really doing a lot of that and whatever, you can get this one here. You get plus 200% battalion organization for line artillery. So like the shore bombardment as well, that's not really like really going to affect you that much because, you know, if you have a big navy, it doesn't really matter. But the 200% organization, like if you start stacking a ton of artillery, like think like I can't even remember the name. Superior firepower, like US build, and you have like a lot of like artillery or something in your things, and like you're like, oh, I want to add more artillery, but I can't because I don't have org, right? Well, it doesn't matter if you just go down right side like Marines, you can get a ton of organization, and you can make some nutty good units. Like yeah, and naval XP is super easy to get if you have a big navy. So the US especially, you just hit that button and you just wait. You'll never run out of fuel. It doesn't really matter. You're gonna get so much. Like the US can finish their doctrine in like 38, mid 38 or something, if they're just exercising their navy. So if you finish your doctrine in 38, by 1940 you've also finished all your Marines. So you know, Navy XP is super easy to get. It's easy to get for like even some of the miners. Your big limitation is kind of like fuel. If you don't have oil, you'll have to trade for it. So you know, you might lose a little bit on that front. But yeah, paratroopers are another good thing because like once you finish your air doctrine, like you have like infinite air XP, right? So you know, a year into the war, and you just have air XP that you're not gonna burn. So you can get like if you look here, like even if you have if you're using Mountaineers or something, like getting extra soft attack and extra orc, like it's for all special forces, these global stats, right? So yeah, I don't know if they'll limit XP gain. We'll see. I hope they actually don't, because I like how it works currently. That's my personal thing. And so I hope they don't actually change things. Paratroopers actually have a new ability too, or a couple of abilities. So they can land in enemy states and damage things. So they can actually like blow up factories or whatever. But this is another cool thing. When they drop onto units, they have their organization reduced. So you can drop onto like units, kind of like, I don't know. I haven't actually tested this a whole lot, but I think this is another thing. They might like most of the big mods might actually remove this, but like you can probably do like little Mimi pair-drop invasions onto like enemy tanks and then click them. So if you could like reduce the org of a tank like to like 10% or something with this, and then attack them, I think there might be some nice Mimi strats coming out of this. I can already see the Bocoen video on this one here. Someone trying to do this. You can add tanks to armor now, and then a few things like field hospitals. You can have a recovery rate added to them, which, like, I guess that's only with paratroopers. And then, but yeah, like I was saying, like there are global stats in these unlocks. So, like if you're using Mountaineers, you can actually get more stats. Like just on it, and then like same thing with unlocking Mountaineers. If you're using paratroopers, like you can actually just get, the global stats, right? So, do you have special bonuses, Doctor, specific to countries? So then none of them are specific, but I think some of them get cost reduction. Yes, some of them do get cost reduction. I'm trying to think now. So if previously you got like a bonus for marine technology and stuff, I think so that's only marine technology. Some countries I did see. Let's see the US. Yeah, so here's one here where it's X2 25% cost reduction for special forces doctrine. So some countries have like these ones here. If previously they had like a bonus to like researching marines or something like that, there's a good chance that they covered it and have like these ones here, the cost reductions. Probably. Let's take a look. Yep. So it's special air source service. Damn! Look at this guy. I think he's always been in the thing, but a political advisor. Like, so Hoi 4 is a game about stacking modifiers, right? So if you can get like plus 10% here, plus 10% there, plus 10, you keep adding them, and then you get like stuff like this where you got a political advisor that adds it at the end. It's just gonna be nutty. So here's another one where you've got cost reduction for special forces branches, and then this one here adds one free special forces branch, specialism. I can't talk right now. But yeah, so sometimes you get free ones, cost reduction. Like I said, if previously you got like a bonus to special forces, that part of the tree has probably been covered. Yeah, and the cap increase is new. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you can, like I said, like you can get a big percentage of your army as special forces now. Like, so, oops, what am I? So right now, Finland's only got 24, but you start unlocking them. Let's see if we can actually get. Here, I'm gonna take to the U.S. because they have a big. Actually, no. Who's got the biggest army? Soviets will have the biggest army right now. Okay, so the Soviets have 54 battalions that can be special forces. It's gonna be XP. And then let's see if we can increase this. So it enables rangers. I'll show the rangers in a second. I suppose that doesn't matter. Ranger cost. I'm just gonna look for the ones that give you bonuses. Training, cap contribution. And then what's this one? Modifier. Okay, so that one's the better option. Oh. Oh, I haven't researched it. I did notice that actually. Maybe I'm thinking about this all wrong. Oh, you can't. You can't. So if you see branch specialisms there, you have to specialize. I didn't even know that was a thing because I haven't gotten down so far in one. Can you increase them? Only one. All right, so last 5 minutes where I was talking about how amazing it is that you can get a thing. Yeah. The tech, maybe there's more tech, you're right. So this one only gives you 5. Yeah, and it just so it looks like you got to specialize. That's unfortunate. See, here I was thinking that you could have nutty strategies. Yeah. Oh, so that was me researching on Click. Accidentally doing that, but yeah, this is sort of limited to what you're gonna have. So you might be able to unlock multiple ones, but you won't get the full tree. It's so high since their cap is over. Yeah. You're not too sure if the cap. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So. Let's try that again with like England then. It looks like, yeah, you do have to specialize, so. Hey. Oh. Okay, turn research on click off. Oh, did this one give me a cap bonus? Capacity. So, yeah, 24.
Attention! Ready, sir!
Just gonna make sure they're all not special forces. Yeah, so it's always a percentage of like a 5% of your regular battalions. So you might actually get fewer. What's this? Unit cost. That's fine. And then multiplier plus 10. So this is a big one here. Plus 10. That's a lot. And then I mean, left side might be better for like to get better units. Attack, that's a good one. Then XP. Okay, and then so yeah. So you can only do 6. And then there are like ones that limit the, like this one here gives you a free one. So viable for supply. So there are new trucks if you guys have not seen. They cost the same amount as the other trucks. Oh, hold on. What am I? I'm just trying to get this here, guys. All right. Okay. Make sure we don't have. All right, so you get one more. Damn it. Tech will not be researched. Oh, can you get a full branch? Oh, you can get... So some countries you can get two? Okay. So the specialism will let you unlock a full tree. That's cool. Pretty sure it's soft, though. You can pump two without. How's it going, Christoph? Yeah, so we'll take a look at the motorized, the new trucks. They're essentially for between the trucks. So the newer trucks, so the early trucks, yeah, let's take to a country that like won't have a name for it, so it makes a little bit more sense. So like let's say you're Bhutan, you can get the early truck. It costs the same, it just has really terrible stats. And when you unlock this one, it only unlocks the motorized special things. You don't actually get the infantry until you get the better truck. So this is essentially for if you want to motorize your supply, you got to research this one, and it's just sort of like you can get trucks earlier, I guess. Bhutan doesn't have it, but there are going to be countries that like have trucks researched but didn't previously. So like most countries will have the early truck, but not this truck. So I don't think Brazil had trucks before. Yeah. So with yeah, you're saying you can specialize two branches. That's kind of cool. Do I like the new DLC? Yeah, I like it. I think like, I mean, it's probably not going to be. I don't think it's their best, but it's going to be one of those DLCs where, like, it's got so many things that like once you have it, it's going to feel weird that Hoi 4 doesn't have it. You know what I mean? Like in a year from now, if everyone's playing it, they're going to be like, you know, you're just going to kind of expect these things. You can expect like the special doctrine, and then, you know, people will be like, oh, that's, you know, like how like Together for Victory has like the puppeting system, and like if you didn't have that, it's just very, very strange not to have it. And like how like Death or Dishonor has Lend-Lease. It's like, you know, it's like there's so many things now in it that feel like they should just be part of the core game. So yeah, and it makes the game better. The content's really interesting. The shared focuses for the Scandinavia is really interesting. I mean, like they're all minor countries. There's no like major updates. So yeah, there might be some balanced things that they're going to come in with, because Sweden can get pretty powerful. Yeah, see, exactly, supply system. So at least with the supply system, that was an update for everything. Yeah, it's going to be strange in that capacity. I want to see how the market develops, because it's kind of interesting for like allied countries, but it might not be super interesting for like Germany. But yeah. Okay, so we checked Ethiopia. They couldn't. But what about... Oh, wait, that's the wrong one. What's your tag? TDbug Alpha. Can you buy them as... Okay, so you need market access, which you don't have. Negotiate market access. No viable route. Why not? Okay, I'm bordering France. They just don't like us. A trade influence. I maybe if you can get enough factories. Hold on, let's see. Yeah, it looks like you don't have market access. Oh, you do. Start off with market access for Turkey. So a big problem though is they don't really put guns on the market until like quite late. So the AI will meet its obligations first and then put on the market. Yeah, a little bit like the AI Lend-Lease trick. You can't sell to Ethiopia because of the League of Nations. Yeah, you won't have the industry. They can come and take it. I don't know if I'll actually survive, but yeah, let's do this. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to like do some of the focuses to survive with them. Yeah. There we go. Say we did that one. Let's do max entrenchment. All right, buys. You kind of just have to wait because like there's not going to be anything on the market for a while. I did say that I can get market. Oh, I have tons of market access. I don't know how this works. Like how you actually get these. Like maybe it's just what you start off with, but it did seem like that number did change there. You can exploit this by selling cheap guns from the market and getting tons of civs. Yes. So you can sell. I was recommending earlier to sell your old planes. If you get if you upgrade your fighters and that, like as like the US, you're sitting at like something like 10 free civs. Same thing with like UK's got like six or eight in terms of like equivalent equipment. Same with like the Soviet Union. If you can find a way to give people market access, they will buy your stuff. So you know, meta strategies will be optimizing your builds and selling your old equipment just before war. Guns are probably going to be the ones that you might not sell. I don't know. Depends on how much you want to devote to that. But yeah, you can you know, sell your equipment. Still waiting for anything that we can buy. I mean, we should have access to France, right? Yeah, I'm gonna just ask for military access. How does trade work? Can I trade with any? So like, let's say I trade with Turkey. No convoys. I just don't have any. I have one military factory. So probably have to go down your tree and get civilian factories. All right, there we go. Yeah, Luxembourg runs might be fun. Yeah. It's really going to be interesting to see what people come up with. Yeah, that is it for the stuff that we got. Yeah, yeah. Me and you make a good point. That is the intended use. It's to buy it, right? Like, yeah. After survive Italy. Yeah, I mean, this country is really easy to survive as anyways. You just kind of sit there. Yeah, you actually can't get market access with Ethiopia. You have a yeah, you could put a production on it and just keep selling those ones. Do they disregard new or old equipment? I don't know, but the value that you get out of each item is how much it costs to produce. So the reason why I say sell your Air Force is because like air is costly to build, but you have to build it anyways, right? You have to build new planes for your air wings for like the war. So you're gonna have like interwar equipment, and then you'll have a lot of countries that'll have like they have like 10 airplanes, but they have a full air wing, right? So they have a deficit of a 90. So the AI thinks that, hey, I need to fill this up. I need to fill up my planes. So they do that. Yeah, I don't know who would be worth leading your army as. Yeah, I was kind of thinking that like the Soviets maybe and delete most of it, but then you still have to rebuild it. Maybe as the UK, maybe as the US. The US might be a good option to do that. Like delete everything down to one division and do the one division trick. You cannot sell ships. Yeah, unfortunately, Dill, you cannot sell ships. How's it going, Noah? Yeah, you're right. US with one division trick is probably the way to go. Maybe some of the minors like UK or US or not US, Australia, New Zealand, Canada. Like if you're in kind of a situation where you can wait till like 41 and it doesn't bother you, that might be a way to go. Yeah, I don't know. And maybe some of like the minor countries like, you know, Iran, Iraq, Turkey. Don't think, well, Turkey needs stuff for their focus tree, I think, but yeah, like if you're playing Brazil or something, like that might be an option. I feel like sell a lot of convoys. Convoys are probably a really good way to make extra IC or CIC. Like it depends on how much you need them, and yeah. What about deleting? Yep, yeah. Yeah, that'd be a way to go. Yeah, so convoys might be another way to go. Like dockyards don't increase your consumer good cost. So maybe there's a strategy where you build like 10 dockyards right at the beginning of the game and then sell the production of that for your bonus. Might be something in there. Have you checked IC for transport planes? It should be the same. 38. Is that? I don't know. Actually, I don't know what the old value was, but was it always 38? So it is the cost of this. You get this you would get 38 CIC for one transport plane if you were to sell it. Yeah, building basic armor, or like if you have light armor, like Germany does start with like some light tanks. I would like my first thing that I do as Germany is like get in some good mediums and then like replace those. So just selling off that 2000 10 IC light tanks that they have just to start it off, like that's that's a couple civs that you can get for free. So yeah, the Soviets have some too. I feel like if you're on historical AI or historical mode, unless you flip ideologies, the Soviets won't actually have too many people to sell to. So it's gonna be like communist China, like Peru. Yeah, is that actually double? I thought it was 40. But maybe it was like 18 or something. It was 20 before. Ooh. See, Mean would know. Yeah, so they're trying to make it as hard as possible. Yeah, Bulgaria, Hungary, Romania, yeah. So I mean, these are you have more options, right? So yeah. Let's see. I just want to see if there's any changes to is there like a transport cost modifier? Here, I'm gonna research paratroopers and I'm just gonna see how they work in terms of cost. I don't know if you've actually taken a look at what it is. Yeah, they're like they're watching Mean videos and they're like, how can we nerf him specifically? Like okay, so Germany does start with some transport planes, right? Yeah, so they start with 80. Let's say we got here. So I'm gonna lock this one. On icon click. So this effect can only occur once per state. So yeah, they've thought of like the memeing strats. I'm just supply space factor. So there is something here where you can half supply, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So yeah, let's take a look. Let's convert you to a paratrooper. So you go here. Here, you unassign. Alt. All right. So 80 transports. That seems high. Is it just saying what it is, or? Here, let me assign to that order. Okay. Hold on. Order cannot be executed. One additional transport wing is... So is the number higher? Yeah, I can do that. That'll take a second. I know they have a thing. I don't know if you do it too early, if it works or not, but... Here, let's move the air here.
Angetreten.
Let's get the very obvious choice of Rommel for
Achtung.
this. Do. So I can show you how Denmark goes here in a second. You see the AI do it quite often, but it flips very quickly.
Achtung. Bereit.
All right, now it's not even telling me.
Achtung.
I'm just gonna grab a couple more.
Befehle. Bereit. Bereit.
All right,
Angetreten.
you guys move over. How do I check the cap? You need 100 planes, 50 per div. Is that what it currently was? Same as before. Yeah, you're right. Okay.
Angetreten.
I honestly don't have the numbers memorized. I really should. But yeah, we will just declare war here very quickly. I'll get you to do your thing. Okay. Iceland declares neutrality. Blah 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 blah.
Befehle. Greift weiter
I think maybe they have to do a focus, but I feel like they just surrender at some point.
Befehle.
Maybe check the 1930
Achtung.
30 strat or start.
Ausrücken.
Let's just see. We'll see what happens when they get to it. I shouldn't get a peace deal. I should. There's an event. Okay. I'll show you in the 1939 start, and I'll just let the AI do it. Yeah, I really wish there was a better interaction for paratroopers and Marines, like a window or something that kind of walks you through it. Okay. We'll just observe Germany for a little bit. And if you guys have any final questions for me now or whatever while I have the game up, there is a new exploit for Lend-Lease. So the Lend-Lease exploit's gone. There's a new one. I don't know if you guys can predict what it is. I'm actually going to do an episode pretty soon, or a video very soon about exploits, new exploits that work in 1.13. Did you give access for MIOs? 2 MIOs? Yeah, we've covered it. I covered it earlier in this VOD, so you can actually scroll back and look. But yeah, there's a lot to it. There's going to be, strats and all that. All right, I'm just gonna close all this crap. Germany will do its thing here, and we'll get to look at it. But yeah, you can see like there are MIOs. I don't know what the AI is actually building right now, but yeah. Yeah, what are you doing, Germany? Come on. Get your supply situation sorted. All right, they should attack the lowlands. I noticed this in a previous playthrough, but France pushed into Italy. Don't know if that's new or not, or if the 39 start was always like that. Yeah. Needed a minute so you continue your video? Nay. Nay to 18. Nay. I'll send you numbers. I'll send you the numbers in Discord in a second. Actually, I'll just DM you right now. I have a video coming out tomorrow, but 18 is a hard nay. Hard nay. Those are the numbers. I have a video coming out tomorrow explaining why. So, subscribe to the channel. Check out the Pigeon channel tomorrow if you guys want to see the combat wit numbers for the 10th. All right, we're gonna miss it here. It's gonna be very very quick. Yeah. Still making 40s? Yeah, so 40s are fine. 40s are fine until Tuesday. They will not be fine. Yeah. There's a reason for it. The lower number is the best for defense, but obviously if you want a little bit of soft attack in it, the middle number is slightly better. It's not the worst off. And then the top number is the one, and you want to focus on plains, desert, and hills when you're doing your offensive campaigns for the bigger units. Or just don't exceed your combat width. Really do not exceed your combat width when you're microwaving your stuff. Yeah. 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 So Edmund, Trotsky, those numbers are changing. I'll post something in the Council of Math tomorrow. I just can't break embargo. Change my mind. Best combat with are the friends we make along the way. Yeah, that's true. I'm telling you guys, combat width is gonna matter again. I know it doesn't really matter too much like in 1.12. It matters in 1.13. They've done some changes. Yeah, Atlas is right. It's so much easier to exceed the combat width just the way they work the numbers, and it's worse. It turns out actually, Atlas, I looked at the numbers. The debuff is actually lower, but you're more likely to get it, if that makes sense. Okay, come on, attack! Friggin' Denmark! We've been waiting forever. So stop. You don't need garrison. Just, you have 2 million manpower, Germany. Just attack them already. Germany, go! I've seen them do it, so... Oh, here we go. Here we go. Alright, did you see... Did you catch that? Did you catch it? We were moving a little quick there, but... we got the treaty, we got declared war, so this finished. They declared war, and then the next tick, this happened. Okay, and so now Denmark is a puppet. So Denmark has, like, in their historical focus, I think they have something where this fires off. Yeah. Put it on 6 speed. All right. I think that's going to be it for me, guys. I have a question. Does YouTube have a raid mechanic? I don't know if they do. And to be honest, I don't know how to use it if we do that. What's this button? Highlights, make a marker, share. All right, guys. I'm just going to let you go. It's been a pleasure. If you don't know who I am, I'm Pigeon. I have a Hearts of Iron 4 tutorial channel. You're watching this right now, so please subscribe to this, and I've got lots of videos on this. I've also got a problem where I'm losing my voice, but I've also got a channel where we play video games. So I'll post that in the thing here. I'm also pretty active on Twitch. You guys want to check out my Twitch channel. Last month we haven't had a lot of streams, but normally I stream every Saturday around this time on Twitch. Is someone else streaming on YouTube? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how this works. So it's, can I do /raid? Does that work? I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't even give me a prompt. I have no idea how the raids work on YouTube. But yeah, I'll be back. So tomorrow we're gonna have a couple videos out on Combat With. I spilled the beans. I was gonna keep that a secret, but yeah, Combat With videos, and then just basically the next week, pretty much every day or every other day, we're gonna have a video for like the next week or two, just to either update old videos that are changing, like in terms of like just how the mechanics work, and then updating new tips and that. Yeah, so subscribe. I appreciate that. I appreciate any memberships. We haven't had any today, but yeah, thanks for that. And yeah, see you guys tomorrow. Bye.